Hey everybody, it's Sean here bringing you another how-to video. Today we're going to be installing the corner lights from MX5things on a 2016 and newer Mazda MX-5 Miata. This one happens to be an RF and a 2020, so it's an ND2. This process should be the same for the ND1 or the ND3 as well. So let's take a look. The first thing there, you can see the factory big orange side marker lights in the front. I had the lights on there briefly for you to see. There's the rear. I'll be able to pop the lights back on for you to show you the rear. That's the factory rear lit up. Let's see what we need. So of course we're gonna have our replacement MX5things front corner lights, and just to help get some of the fender liners out, it may help to have a small flathead screwdriver, and then these are held in place by a Phillips that can be hard to reach, so a little stubby might be helpful. So let's tackle this front one first. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop out just a couple of these factory tabs that hold the factory fender liner in. So we're going to pop out, we can probably get away with 2, but we're going to do 3 just to make it a little easier for us here. So the way you do this is you're going to get underneath, basically just pry that up about halfway, and then you'll pull the entire plug or clip out all together. So I'm going to go ahead and get all 3 of these removed. That'll give me access to the factory side marker light. All right, there's what those clips look like. Again, you just need to pull them out halfway, and then you'll pull the entire piece out. Now this is the replacement, right? I decided to go with the clear ones simply because I think they'll blend in a little better on my Snowflake White Pearl Mica. But I have seen people prefer the smoked ones as well. I think on a dark car, or maybe you want the contrast to stand out. I've heard the white ones are a little brighter, so I ended up going with these, and I think they'll blend in a little bit more with the bumper covers. Anyway, on the back side, there's our Phillips head screw that we're going to reach into this fender liner, and I'm going to use my little stubby screwdriver to get that screw. And I've heard when you reinstall, you can decide whether or not you want to use that screw, but it sounds like they stay in place pretty well just with these 2 large clips or tabs that sit on there. So once I get that screwdriver out, then I'm going to depress the top of this and push outward to pop the top out. It'll still be held in with the bottom, and that's how I'm going to ultimately remove this from the front bumper cover. Okay, one thing I want to note is I did end up deciding to turn the wheel. That helped me get a little better access to get that screw removed. And also, by the way, that's a Japanese screw, not a Phillips head. If you have the Japanese set, great. Phillips will work. I used a Phillips myself. But I did end up taking a 4th tab out, or a little pop rivet right there. Anyway, that gave me good access and good clearance back there to be able to fit my screwdriver in and pop this guy out. So now I'm going to carefully wiggle it out of the assembly here, and then now that exposes the wiring harness, and so I'm going to basically rotate. I'm not going to unplug that clip. We're actually going to keep that on the bulb socket housing. The way these work is these LEDs, they actually plug directly into the bulb socket itself. So I'm simply going to rotate this bulb socket housing and remove that from the side marker. And then I'll of course have to take the bulb out. Now one thing I want to note is when you're in there and you take that bulb out, these are polarity sensitive, meaning you want to line up the black wire to the end of this little harness here. You want to line that black wire up with the factory black wire. That's going to be the ground, and make sure that you do that. One smart thing to do is if you do get it plugged in, make sure you take a second, turn the car lights on, just make sure that it's working, and then you know you're good to go before reassembling this guy. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna take this out, and I'm going to get the MX5things side marker light installed. Okay, you can see I've got the factory one removed, and I took the factory bulb out, and my wires match. You can see red to red, black to black. So this is ready to be turned in and reinstalled. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I am going to put the little screw back through this. I don't think it's necessary, but I'm going to take the 5 seconds to do it, and then I'll show you what the finished product looks like. All right, I've got it installed. Just going to need to put these 4 pop tabs back in, but let's give this thing a try and see how it looks. Definitely significantly brighter, and definitely a cleaner look. The camera doesn't do it justice. It certainly is a brighter strip. I'll go back to the rear just so you can kind of compare. You can see that's a lot more of a dull look, and that certainly was brighter. My lights are timing out, but anyway, now we'll repeat this same process on the rear bumper. Alrighty, so here we are on the rear bumper. We're going to do the same thing. Going to be replacing this. So again, there's going to be a screw right there on the top. You can access this without having to remove that rear fender liner, which is nice. However, you're going to have to crawl on your back, use a creeper, whatever you need to do to get back under there, remove the screw. We're going to do the same thing to remove it. We're going to push this top tab and push outward, and it's going to remain in the bumper with this bottom tab still. So let's go ahead and get this red one removed, and again, we'll do the same thing. I'll replace it with this, and I'll show you guys how it looks. Alrighty, I've got it replaced, and that is how it looks with the finished product. Again, the video here doesn't do it justice. It's definitely very bright. It looks a little more orange in this video than what it really is. It's in fact very, very bright red. So that is the how-to video for the front and rear corner light set from MX5things. This video will also be the same for the Flyin Miata or even the eBay corner marker lights as well. Hope you enjoyed and hope I'm able to help somebody out. Please like and subscribe for more how-to videos on your ND Miata. Thanks. Take care.